Yo, what's up? This is Yo Crizzle. You know me, I'm about to get to the point, straight to the point. I don't waste no time. This is how to chop samples in Studio One 4. A lot of people show you the directions of chopping samples, but I tell people it's two ways how to chop a sample. And I think is that one way a person chop a sample when they know what they're going to chop. The second way is sometimes you don't know what you might do. All right, now, see, I dropped this sample in right here, this song. This is for the love of you, Babyface, right? You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm gonna use something different. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the whoop appeal on everybody. Check this out. Right, so normally what people do, they'll play back the song. They'll play it back and everything, right?
Yeah. Do everything. Yeah.
They play it back, right? Then what they do, they get the knife and they'll cut their little parts up like this. You know, find their little loops, and then after that, they get their drum machine. They'll drop the drum machine in, and then get the part. They drop it. Drop that sample right there. They'll drop that sample right there. Then they'll drop that sample right there. Then, you know what I'm saying. Then when they, then they click in the track.
On me, keep whipping on me, working on me.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way they do it, right? I do it that way sometimes too when I know exactly what I want to chop up. But I'm gonna show you something that sometimes this will help your creativity when you don't know what you might do. And sometimes you'll be surprised what you might come up with. So what I do, I'm gonna erase this track. Right? I'm gonna erase this track, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to the files. I'm gonna bring that joint back in. Right. We'll move this out the way right quick. Alright, so now what I do, this is a long song, right? But anyway, what you do, you go up to the top right here. First, what I think you should do is get the tempo of the beat. You get what I'm saying? If you play it and do your tap tempo, get the tap tempo of the beat, and once you find the tap tempo, I think that'll help you a lot, as far as when you're making a beat, because normally you make that beat around that sample tempo. That's what make it sound better. But everybody got a different way of doing it. But anyway, so what I do, I go up here, I click this, and you got all your options down here, right? These different options you can play with. I'm not gonna be in detail with all of them. If you're a producer, you should understand what a lot of them mean. You go to standard, you got sensitivity. You know what I'm saying? I go to standard. Another thing that I use, drums. You can play with these three. Click drums. You got the option of slice and quantize. I do the slice and I do an auto fade for 2 seconds or 3, because it give like a certain feel of the sample once it's been chopped up. You can play with the auto fill and the merge. And once you do all that, then the threshold is the next important thing. But you press analyze first. Press that, right? All right, it's going to analyze the whole track. Everybody know the blue lines. All the blue lines, like 1,000,001 blue lines, right? So now, your threshold will take those lines down. So if you don't want too many big samples, you can play with them. Bring them down, some, stuff like that, right? I'm going to tell you what the threshold is good for. Sometimes some samples be chopped too small. And sometimes people some producers want to chop these sample like a bar or 1.5 of a bar. You know what I'm saying? Or because sometimes a sample will be chopped too small, right? And this part right here, the threshold help you do that. Because the more you do this, the smaller the sample is going to be. So what I do, because I don't know, remember, I don't know what I'm chopping. I don't know what I'm about to do. So I do this, right? So, and I'll probably go get the knife. That's kind of like, I probably don't even use all this anyway. But anyway, what you do next, you press apply. You press apply, right? Because it's on slice. I did something wrong. Let me take it back. My bad. I did something wrong. Hold up. Standard, analyze. Okay, guidelines, drum, sounds. Slice. Bring that down some. Alright, now they chop, as you can see, the sample's been chopped up. You see like little spaces and everything in it, right? Alright, so now since they chopped up, I open this. And what I do, I get my arrow and I grab it. Once I drag it over here, you'll see it say insert samples. But if I just drop it right now, it's gonna drop inside one square, right? You don't want that. So I'm gonna clear that pad. I'm gonna go grab all the samples. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hold shift, and then you see spread samples across multiple pads. And now you got a bunch of samples that you can play with. Now what I do, I gotta select my track.
I'm made. Work it, so how it. Know something is wrong.
So the point is, you gotta play with the samples to see what groove you can get from it. But one thing I noticed on MPC, on this Impact, if you notice, if you go to B, C, E, F, G, and H, because I grabbed all the samples that I chopped up, and believe me, I chopped up way more than 16, but it only dropped 16s in the past. So I don't know if they designed it this way where when you chop your samples, you can only drop 16 in it, which don't make sense. Because, you know, it should be able, if I grab all the samples, it should fill all these up because it's 128 samples. So I got to figure out why I didn't do that. That's what I'm trying to find out next. But now you got a few.
No, something is wrong.
Then not only that, you still can tweak it and edit it, you know, move it around, cut it. If it's too long, play with the choke, the one shot, the loop, to give everything a different feel. Whatever you want to do, then at the same time still go to your mixer and
no, something is wrong. Oh, you sweet, sweet loving. No, something is wrong.
And still add those pads, each pad to its own track. Right, so you can mix it and, you know, touch it up a little bit more, level it, and, you know, and everything. Right, so now that's one way. So I'm gonna close this. Now I'm gonna go to sample 1. Right, I'm gonna go to sample 1, and I'm gonna drop that joint there. Right, now with sample 1, if you see, I got all these, and there's way more than 16. There's way more than 16 chops. So if I grab all these and I drop it in sample 1, right? Sample 1 gonna pick them all up. And right now it's telling me that I got how many I got in here. Let me start, because it'll signify you, let you know you're at the beginning one. Let me see. Let me click on the track. Okay, that's where I'm at. When that light up, show you where I'm at on the keys. That's the beginning.
K-Roll, we go to work. K-Roll, 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 we go to work. K-Roll, whipping on.
You know what I'm saying? You could just play with it, get your feel. But the point is that sample one grabbed all the samples, right? Now when it come to like a quick loop or a drum loop, you know, okay, another reason, matter of fact, let me do this right quick. Another way you can do is sample one. I don't even have to chop those samples up like this, right? And I'm gonna go back to what I said before, where sometimes people want to chop these samples up bigger instead of too small, right? So now I'm gonna get this song, right? As soon as I get home from work, I'm gonna drop this. This is the whole song, right? So now if I click the song right here and I press create slices, it's gonna chop the whole song up, right? But check how small the samples might be. So now if you go to map, as you can see, you know what I'm saying? And you know that they chopped a lot of samples up on this one. It's a lot. You can go through each one of them and edit. But you see how short they are, right? That's cool sometimes, especially for copyright situations, and also cool based on what you're doing. But sometimes when you play it back, you're not getting that feel. You might want it a little longer. So now I'm sure you can go in here, you know. Let me find the sample that I'm playing. Damn, it chopped up a lot of samples. God damn. I'm trying to find that specific one. Hold up. There you go. So it's the 8-3. So maybe if I do like this. So I go to wave. So what I can do, I can do it like this also. I can spread this. Go to that part. You get what I'm saying? And spread it out. You can do it that way too. You can tweak it up a little bit. Now I'm gonna go back to the impact. I'm gonna clear this out. Now let's say you got a drum loop. And go through the drum loops in here. Let me see what they got up in this joint. That's crash. I need a full loop. Let's say you got that right. But let's say you want to change that around where you want to use different instruments, but you want to keep that same type of pattern of flow where the beat is playing. Now you can get the sample and hold control and insert sample. No, I take that back. My bad. You got to hold shift if I'm correct. It's alt or shift. And now what it did, it dropped those. I'm saying, so now you can just go now, if I'm correct. So you got this. I'm gonna grab this, place it right there.